that time, the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s, was a special time in that sense that a whole generation, at least in the West, was searching. Young people were unsettled. They were not at all impressed by the previous generations. They were dissatisfied and disillusioned, and they were looking for, many of them, for spirituality. And people were traveling around, people were searching, people were on their way to India, like Radhanath Maharaj went to India just the same way like many of us. He went to the way so many followed, like birds, followed kind of the Paramatma into the same direction on search for truth and search for India. So we all came down from London to Amsterdam, and although we didn't know each other, sometimes somebody was earlier, sometimes later, we ended up, I know Radhanath Maharaj stayed in one cave, I was in the same cave, a set of caves. Pankajangri stayed in that cave, his brother Jananiva stayed in this cave, and I know some other people, I forgot. And even in Istanbul, Maharaj stayed in Hotel Gulan, and so did I. And so did Vishnu Prabhu, and so did Pankajangri. So it was kind of, there was a mindset of people, they may not know, they didn't know each other, but they were all traveling towards India, like I was on my way to India, searching for spiritual life, searching for guidance, searching for God, etc. The Beatles were going to India. They were a huge influence on the Western youth, and so we were searching for God. I had a picture of Krishna over my bed, Radha Krishna, but I didn't know it was God. I thought it was some Hindu divinity. I was reading Bhagavad Gita, one edition after the other, 2, 3 editions before I finally reached Prabhupada's edition. I studied comparative religion because I was interested in spiritual life, and then from there, gradually understanding the limits of my own spiritual tradition coming from Christianity, Catholicism. It didn't give me much answers. Why do the innocent suffer, for example? I veered towards India. It was clear to me that I had a previous life. It was clear to me that this life is a result of the karmic disposition of a previous life. That was clear to me. It was clear to me that meat eating and religion is not compatible. That was clear to me. So we put that together. If you look for a spirituality where you think meat eating and religion is incompatible, and there has to be an idea of reincarnation and karma, you can't become and that there has to be a personal God. That was another thing. From my parents and my upbringing and my tradition, it was, I never doubted that in the ultimate issue God is a person. So you put 2 and 2 together, there's not much, it narrows the choices. And so when a friend gave me Srila Prabhupada's book, the first one, Ishopanishad, I got it in the evening, I read it at night. By 4 o'clock in the morning, I made up my mind that I'm going to join the Hare Krishna movement. That's what I was looking for. When I read the Ishopanishad, it was, everything fell into place. It was what I thought already, but it was perfectly expressed by Srila Prabhupada. It was like the conclusion of everything I had thought and read and educated myself in. It was a very small step, really, from there. When I saw the 4 regular, in the end of the book, there were 2 devotees clapping their hands, and it says the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And I saw the 4 regulative principles. I said, that's a serious movement. That's serious. That's not a joke. 4 regulative principles, these people are genuine. And so I was looking for the temple. I found the temple within 2-3 days. In Hamburg, first in Paris, in Hamburg, and I joined. In the morning I came by 9 o'clock. By 10 I had shaved my head, and by 12 o'clock I was on the street on the 1st of January 1972 and distributed the same book that I got just 3 days ago. Same book. And I joined the Hare Krishna movement, and that was it. I never looked back. It was the thing to do. It was clear to me. It fit my set of experiences I had. You see, devotees, they come to Krishna consciousness. There is some previous life, Sukriti. And many of us have a set of experiences that normal karmis don't have. They don't have that. And so, based on our experiences and our thinking, and we come to the conclusion that this is it. We automatically veer towards, at least at that time, we automatically veered to Krishna consciousness. There was not much convincing to be done. Nobody convinced me to join this movement. It's just, I read it, I saw it, that's it, do it. This is how that worked. Very simple.